They said Mohbad died of drugs. Some said Naira Marley gave him drugs. I will tell you this. Naira Marley didn't force anyone into smoking or taking drugs. Before all these artists came to Malian's music, they were all already smoking, but still yet, there are some artists in Malian's music who don't smoke. Example, Emo Grail, Malian's artist in bracket open and close. Before Mohbad came to Malian's music, he was taking drugs. Are you there?
We are here.
Smoking is different from taking drugs. If you don't know Naira Marley, don't take drugs, but smoke very well. Okay, if you know Naira Marley, you will know Naira Marley don't take drugs.
You don't know about
but
something,
smokes very
talk
well.
about Tamu. What do you they talk about, Seth? What do you they talk? What do you they talk, Seth? This Mohbad issue, what do you know they talk about them? You they talk about drugs, you they talk about this, you they talk about. So now you don't know the epidemic of drugs in Nigeria. You don't get family where be drug addicts. Like say you don't get family.
I not get to. Maybe you get. I bet tell us.
In Nigeria, and everybody knows that. So what are you saying? What are you talking about? We the advocates say make government do something about this epidemic of drugs in Nigeria, which is one of the reasons where this boy pie. Me don't talk this thing long time ago. But
one of the reasons where which boy pie.
Know, even the way you
stop saying what you don't know, I beg. Which of the reasons where make the boy pie? What are you saying, Ashi? What are you saying? This is a very strong information. Let's hear this guy out. You are saying epidemic. My family, I not get who they smoke or drug. I tell you. This guy like mess.
Yinka, continue with the reading. Just continue. Finish.
I don't jump self now. He said before Mohbad came to Malian's music, he was taking drugs. Smoking is different from taking drugs. If you don't know Naira Marley, you know Naira Marley don't take drugs, but smokes very well because he is well educated and knows where taking drugs can land him too. That's why he preferred being a smoking king. Naira Marley himself used to advise his artists about drugs. As for some artists, if you don't smoke, you can't think well or compose a song. 95% of the biggest artists in the world smokes. Almost all artists smokes. That's normal. My problem is, why are you trying to involve Naira Marley in everything? He's not asking us questions for ni yen. I hear my budget. Please leave us alone. On your side, stay on. Leave us alone. Stay on your side. Let's stay on our side. We can't beg anyone to listen or play our song. You guys claim to have cancelled us, but you keep monitoring our lives and keep posting us on your page. We don't have time. You guys are frustrated because your plans didn't work. Please leave us alone. Stop posting Malians. Stop posting us. We can never post you. On this new song of Naira Marley and Zinoniski, we are going to talk about this. Even when our haters sees us, okay, now I understand why Naira Marley is saying this. He wants us to go and listen to the song him and Zinoniski is bringing out. I hear my budget. Even when our haters sees us, then panic. That's a part of the lyrics of the new song. Stay on your own. Make we stay on our own. Try to pass a day without posting us. As for the comment, thank you, haters, for all comments on my post. Your comment change nothing than adding more engagement. 300 comments. Now. Rest in peace, great big Mohbad. God knows the truth. Naira Marley posted this on his page, and I believe it's because he wants people to go and hear his nonsense song that he said he's singing.
Hello, Yinkade.
Yeah?
This information that you just brought now, with this speed, How does it contribute or impact what we have on the ground?
Okay, it impacts because we of everyone has been expecting him to come and say his side of the story on what Pied Mobile. And when I come across it, seeing how people are telling him, bashing him, I decided to read it out to everyone to listen if they can pick something. And while I was reading, I came to pick what he was trying to sell. Okay, he's trying to tell the world that he's bringing the music where he speaks about what as in mobile or smoke or whatever. And I said, Koni, yeah, because we are not interested to listen. Do you understand? So that's why I read it out for everyone to know that Amali is talking about Mobad.
Yinkade, you just wasted your precious time.
I didn't waste my time. It's educating. We learn every day.
Listen, you just wasted your precious time and wasted your precious data and wasted your precious saliva.
Don't talk like that. That's very rude.
Hold on,
you can tell me like that.
Hold on.
I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining. Do you understand?
Listen.
I decided to read it for those of us who have not read about it. You get it. So please don't tell me that. You're being rude. Don't tell me I wasted my precious time and data.
Please stop it.
Okay, let me say.
Don't tell me that again. Baby, I expect you to address me that manner. That's very rude of you.
Of a beneficiary to us of what is on the ground.
Baby, it's okay, baby, please. I mean, thank you very much for reading that, Yinkade. Thank you so much. We'll look into that. I mean, later soon. Okay, so please just relax a little bit. And let's address those things that we're addressing, because it's all together. You know, it's linking. Okay, we are coming there, but let's just not focus on that now, because it will completely deviate us from this. That we're already learning a lot from what we have been ongoing since. And though this is still part of just Mohbad and the things that also affect the society, is very, very important. We're not putting that aside. So let's talk, and then we'll drive there slowly. There's no how this conversation will not get there. We'll still get there. It's part of the problem we have in the society. So all right, the conversation that we have earlier. Please not address her again. Not address what she just read. Go on with the conversation. Go on.
Lord Hash, welcome back.
African Television, I just DM you my WhatsApp number.
Okay. I'll call you in the evening. So let's continue with the governorship election. We are going to vote Lagos State Governor between Paparano, aka Papi Party for Nigeria, that is PPN, Papi Party for Nigeria.
Me na APC. Me I know they hide my own. I be APC. So
you be APC.
Okay. Now we go Lagos till Lagos finish.
Okay. When you say to Lagos,
now the bad eggs where they the government be that by their footsteps we shall know them. I want to buy
Yinka don't go there.
I'm continue. Now you go all Lagos. You go all Lagos until your own children begin to buy one by one. You continue owing Lagos. We say we want freedom. You say you continue to the old Lagos. Now we the old Lagos. As if it's your father's right.
Freedom. Wait till be freedom.
No be the question. No.
Define freedom.
You come from one state now. Lord, that's wait. Aminka, at least you two strive for your state now. We dare our own state. We try see how to do things. Mona said, Lagos not the only part of Nigeria now. Kilo Shele, Lagos in me now. Every time Southwest. She consistent me in Nigeria. Okay, in fact, Castle Nigeria the Yoruba land. Make it be Yoruba. Make Nigeria be Yoruba. Who could speak Yoruba? Hey, it go make sense. How about that? Any small thing, Southwest, kilo there. I don't understand. I be guess what killer think? Castle Nigeria the Yoruba land or Yoruba nation. It's like it's making sense. What am I hear everybody? I'm a Afrobeat.
Ladies and gentlemen of TikTok community, you're welcome to this official town hall debate between Papi Party for Lagos and Lord Hash for Lagos.
Lord Hash na APC.
Lord Hash is APC, while Papi Party is a new political movement with the chairman, founder, CEO, aka
Just be Peter Obi,
Paparano
please.
in the
Just be Obi.
house.
Paparano na Peter Obi. Oh,
Ẹ
listen.
ẹ ọlọ níbo ẹ̀yin àtàní ẹ má Peter bíbí ti báwo.
Paparano
Wọ́n
is
ná àwọn set àwọn bingos ni Ọlọ́run máa jẹ.
So we're going to ask both of you 5 questions. At the end of the day, the TikTok community will get a chance to vote our aspirant governor that will be ordained the governorship of Lagos TikTok world. So we'll give you the certificate, which you can now use to go and run in the real world. Right now, you have to win the election.
Ṣòwòrẹ́ ni mo advocate fún Ṣòwòrẹ́ Peter bíbí ti like.
African TV, when you finish all this, your campaign and all this
I
thing,
know they
I
campaign.
see
I
the
want
50
to
million
know
where
who
you
they
promise
vote
for front of court. I want time. No good thing. Say now why I come. Make I just tell you before I forget.
What you say now you come up for?
Now that money where you promise, where let's say you talk one thing for front of in a courtroom or somewhere where you say everybody help you with
Now na 50
details.
million. If you give us information, guarantee.
So I get information. So after this whole, may you
And
just
you go
cancel
DM me
na
now.
cash, I
You go talk that one.
transfer.
You go, Lord Ash, you go DM me. Not be here with the talk that one.
I mean, I just say make I tell you in case. Make
You have evidence.
The problem, Paparano, this is what we are facing in this country. Under G, now we get government, now we get Nigeria, and we keep sinking and sinking. Otumba, Lord Ash,
Auntie,
we
I
Naija.
can't call our origin for woman now. Who get? I get somebody buy origin for
Ní
this
sùúrù
one.
náà ẹ má bá kíní jẹ́ náà ẹ yẹ ká sọ̀rọ̀ kó yé everybody.
I'm pulling your legs, Jore. O ti ń bínú, o ti ń bínú.
Ṣé kó lọ live náà ṣe kó lọ on live náà kó understand kó dẹ̀ máa ṣe settings ẹ̀. Oya let's go. Please.
Yeah, so back to the election campaign debate. We are on the issue of free education. Lord Ash, have you finished your submission of free education?
Happy Sunday.
Kelechi, welcome.
Yeah, I've not really given my submission on that, but let Papa go first. Let him go first. Make him not go steal my idea.
Hey. Oh yeah, Papi, now your house. So Paparano,
Go first, Mo hear you.
Paparano, as governor of Lagos State, what would you do about free education, and from what level to what level do you think should get free education, if at all you agree with free education? Your floor, 2 minutes.
You know, as I said earlier, this it is easier done than said. Education has always been free, and it will always be free. So there is nothing much to like debate about here or to argue about here. Primary school, secondary school, and if possible, okay, education is supposed to be free. People are supposed to learn, so we're supposed to create free environment for people to learn. So that is our stand. Education should be free, and to every level, if possible.
To every level.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. APC candidate.
Yes, you see, like Papa said, education should be free, but not everything should be free, right? So we're going to make education free from nursery to secondary stage. Then we take all the money back in the university because we took those monies from some coffers and we need to put, we need to replace them. And when we talk about university level, that way it prepares those students, it prepares those people towards life itself. Because if you give them the impression that life is free, then they're going to go into life and think life is free, which is what we're encountering right now. Everybody in Nigeria thinks everything should be free. Very soon, sir, people go to say, make their marry wife for them free. So we are going to make it free to secondary level. Then after secondary level, university level, we take all our monies back. Simple as ABC. I won't lie.
All right. So in line with your submission, you both agree that education should be free. Do you now, one more question on education. The Paparano party, what is your position with the emergence of private school? Do you think private schools are necessary, or should the government take over all the private institutions?
Yes, government schools.
I will want
Yeah,
you to put that to my colleague first. I think he's already coming. Go on.
Yeah, so when it comes to private institutions, they have every right to establish their own institutions as well. But what we're going to do is make it competitive. Okay, so we'll make sure that whatever they are offering, we can offer X2 of it. So if they are offering, good, let's use their computer science department, and they are well equipped with computer tech, and they're very techy and savvy with everything, we will make sure we can do ×2 of that. Then we subsidize how much we are charging, because they are private. They're going to charge a lot of money because they're running everything from their own pockets or probably through loans and things like that. But we, a government, we will subsidize our own rates, but make sure we can do ×2 of what they are doing. So that way we will attract more. You see, it's all about attraction. Life is all about connection. So we want to connect to our own, department as well. We want to connect to our own, schools and things like that. So we'll make sure it's competitive. So that's all I have to say.
Thank you.
Okay. Wait.
Soprano Party,
So
your
so that we are guided. Are we having two opposition party here, and do we want more parties so that we can have everybody
Two is
reach?
enough. Two is enough for now.
Can we have independent party, please?
Yeah, so that we want just
Paparano, is you and Lord Hash in the same party or your different
I
party?
think you want to be my vice now. I will not be so. What is the okay?
Okay, then that means two of you are going to get
You
the
will merge.
bombshell today.
You will merge
Okay,
this party
continue.
with my party. You will merge.
Can we have an independent party, please?
Lord Dash, you go merge. You go merge, Abi.
No, make independent come
So
now.
you tell you say
Wait,
one merge.
you want to be
You know-
independent.
you know what,
Wait, we now maybe ruling party. I want merge you for waiting now. Why I want merge you?
Hey, wahala.
No,
Paparano,
Sorry for interrupting.
I go advise you. I advise you.
Allah. Me, I don't.
Paparano, I advise you.
Who want come in? Who want to? Which party do we have? Who want to come in?
we can only bring
I
independent.
don't want to be the only one. If we have fewer people, I will take charge. But now we have more people in the box, so I want
Okay, I'm here. I will go with my own party, YPP.
You have
Young
to make
Progressive.
people.
I'm
Anybody.
here for Young Progressive
Paparano, I'm
Party.
a critic. I'm not on your party. I'm coming here to criticize.
Okay. Who want to? Let's volunteer. Lord Ash have a party, ruling party, APC. Dry, which party are you? Mention your party so they address you by it. As a running candidate, Dry Wealth, PDP.
Dra, he said he want to be independent.
Cartella is government should be already. Government, we know the answer call. I beg.
Okay.
BB, which party do you want to be? BB.
BB.
Oh, this they go feel rule so. It's like Lord Ash very responsible. The ruling party they very responsible.
See, seriously, I'm still standing with LP, Labour Party.
Kelechi, what is your party? Do you want to be part of it, Kelechi, or you just want to be?
What do you call her, Nana?
With Labour Party, like Labour Party, LP.
Go and say.
I didn't say L.
Kelechi, you be LP, Abi.
LP 79.
LP.
Yes.
All right. Go on. Who dropped draft?
Paparano, I am here for why Young Progressive Party.
Oh, okay. Ayamika is the young progressive.
YPP.
Okay, YPP is there. We have
Young Progressive, Young and Progressive.
Well, like
Let's go.
you know, go get rich past 4 votes.
Paparano.
You know, serious. See, Lord Ash, why you the fear? Lord Ash, why you the fear? Why you the fear?
No one now. Hey, Jonah. Let's take this thing.
Yeah, now, please, let's be serious here.
BB, what is your party? BB, your
I
party is
am an election observer.
observer.
Exactly. Thank
Me,
you.
I'm observer. You are observer. Mickey is observer. Oh, yeah, African TV. Go on.
Okay, how many parties now? We have I am Inca's YPP. We have Papi Party.
They want
we
to be
have,
governor in Lagos State. Yes. Go
we have
on.
APC. So 3 parties. Am I correct?
Yes.
Four party.
The guy don't. Okay,
Kelechi is there.
No.
Kelechi is there.
Wait. Listen. Me, I'm not involved. Me, I'm not involved.
Not everybody's talking. Nobody's talking. That's why I'm muted. So I'm just waiting for you guys to finish so that we can comment on anything.
I'm the journalist interviewing all of you. I want to give you a word of caution. Try not to repeat the same answer as your opponent. The people listening will have to take a vote. And at the end of the debate, when I say time up, there will be a vote. And the winning party will be the official TikTok Lagos State governor. Am I clear?
Yes, we are with you.
Thank you. So back to the floor now. Lord Ash was, Paprano, you pushed that question to Lord Ash. Do you want to regain your time or you want Lord Ash to go on?
No, me, I'm not involved. Me, I want to do something now. They are in the box. I want them to interact.
Okay.
Yes, I don't want to be, the only, so that you
back
be
to the
free.
issue of private institution, Lord Ash. Do you support private institution or will your governorship do away with the private institutions?
Yeah, honestly, I'm going to let everybody have a free, free for all. You can set up your private institutions, like I said, but I'll make sure it's competitive. So whatever they are offering, we're going to offer at least X2, that's times 2 of it or times 3 of it, so that we can gain more population in our institutions. Because we need the populace as well. Everything is all about populace. If you don't understand what I'm saying, what I mean is everything is all about numbers. We need more numbers. So if the private institutions need more numbers as well, they have to compete with us. But I'm not going to eradicate them. I'm not going to disturb them. I'm not going to, make life difficult for them. It's going to be an plain open field. They, invest their monies. We invest our monies. So that's what I'm just going to say. Yeah.
Thank you, Lord Ash. When you come back up, try and increase your volume because I was struggling to hear you. I mean, it was clear but low. Now, back to the Labour Party that just came in, the newly registered party. Labour Party, what is your position on private institutions in Nigeria? Would you, as a governor of the TikTok Lagos State, would you support continuation of private institutions or would you eliminate the private institutions?
Okay, seriously, for me, I will support it, but they will have a kind of limit. Okay, let's take this in government school and private school, for instance. In Nigeria these days, the way government school, the way they are being taken granted, it has been giving these private schools more privilege to have more population in their school. You understand? So for me, what I will do is I will make it more competitive, like what Ashlo said. Not that I'm just saying what he said, but that's something everybody who has good intention for the state will do. You understand? So that's what I will do, because I'm not going to make anything difficult for them, but I'll make them know their lane. You understand? I will just put them on their own lane. They will know their lane. So that's it.
Thank you. We now go to the YPP party. YPP, as the governor of Lagos State TikTok community, what would you do with regards to private institutions? Would you eliminate, eradicate, or would you amend the current system of private institutions?
Thank you, Mr. MC or Speaker. I will rather do away with any privatization of any sector in Nigeria and bring every organization and bring in what we call NGOs into the system and work alongside with them to be able to build the economic and the system of the government. I will do away with private sector. Why? Because we don't want a system where competition or privatization of our people's rights will be put into should I say holding, okay, or sharing, or I don't know how to put that in English, but I don't want any individual company or private sector to take the right of the people or the belonging of the country into its own hand alone. I want to go with the non-governmental organization to work with the government to be able to have a fair and share system and contribution to the development of the country. So it's a no. It's a no. I would do away with private sectors. Thank you.
Thank you. Now we're going into the area of transportation. So I want you candidates to put your mind on transportation. Lagos State, as the commercial capital of Africa, does not have its own airline. As a governor of the TikTok Lagos State community, would you advocate for a Lagos airline? Do you think Lagos State should have its own airline? And how would you go about it if you think it should? We'll start with the
Please repeat yourself, sir. We can't hear the question.
Lagos State as the commercial capital of Africa, to the best of my knowledge, does not have its own airline, just as Nigeria has no Nigeria Airways. As a governor of Lagos State TikTok community, when you are elected, would you advocate for a Lagos airline? If you think yes, how will you go about making it? Or do you think there is no need for a Lagos airline? So that question, the first person to go should be Labour Party. Labour Party, let's hear you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Anek Chairman. You and I know that transportation is very important. So talking about the airline, let's say having Lagos airline is very, very important, and it's very, very necessary, because that will increase the income of the state. Let's take Lagos for instance. You know, we are using Lagos as the case of study now. Let's say Lagos airline, let's say we put up Lagos airline and we have about, let's say about 15 or let's say 10 airplanes, and at least that 15 or 10 airplanes, like 3 or 4 moves every day. And after the dividing and every other thing, after the shares and every other thing, the Lagos state government was able to get like 15% or 20% of anything that comes up from that airline. You know that have made a very big impact in the government. Even from that money you get from there, you can even use it, unlike this how do I say it now, like this some debt the government are owing here and there. You can even, the money you get from there, you can even use it to pay them or that settle 1 or 2 things in the state. So it's very, very necessary. Like if I'm to be the governor of Lagos State, for sure I'll put it there. Thank you.
Thank you. Our next candidate to go will be, that should be YPP Party. YPP Party, I repeat the question. Lagos being the biggest commercial city in Africa has no known airline like Lagos Airline, same way Nigeria has no Nigeria Airways. If you become the governor of Lagos State TikTok community, would you advocate for a Lagos airline? And if you agree, how would you go about implementing that? Your floor, madam.
Is it me? My party?
Yes.
Okay, sorry. Okay, first of all, I will say this. I would advocate for Lagos State to own an airline. Why? Because it opens way or door for new national airline to be created, okay? And it serves both in the domestic sector and in the international sector. It increase employment, okay, to the state. Okay, it increase employment. It gives room for people or youth or citizens of the country to get employed, to be employed and to get employed. You know, and it's better give an opportunity for the country to be among the more competitive airline business companies. You know, it's like, for instance, we have Russia airline, we have American Airlines. They are competing. You get? So when we have 2 to 3 airline owned by the country or the state or in Nigeria, we will be among the 3 or the 4 competitive countries who have businesses, both international or national. So I will say is a yes. It brings employment, it brings economic development, it brings tourism. It allows tourism, easy access to the country by foreigners that want to come and exploit, and every positive, good solution to solve economical problems. So it is a yes from my angle.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, thank you. Candidate APC. The question on the table is Lagos State has
Thank you, INEC Chairman. Thank you, co-debaters.
This guy.
Thank you, listeners, and thank you, viewers as well, because people are viewing and listening as well. So you talked about transportation, right? You see, transportation, first, let's use the existing situation of Nigeria, and Lagos State in particular. Having a national state airline is a good idea, but, it wouldn't work now because that's not what we really need right now. So I'm going to put transportation back generally. So now, transportation generally, what we have on ground, we need a way for people to commute, because part of tourism is transportation as well. We have hospitality, we have transportation, we have a lot of factors in tourism. So transportation, how do we make it better? Because there's already transportation in Lagos, but how do we make it better? I can remember back in the days when we had Molue. Now we don't have Molues anymore because we're evolving. So how do we evolve to a better state? That's a better Lagos state. A state airline, fine, that would make sense, but it wouldn't really be practical right now, because how many people would be able to afford it? Else it's going to be subsidized. But can the government afford it? When we talk about subsidy, we need to check the government's pocket as well. Like, can they afford it? So now let's go back to the existing transportation, which is a rail, which Lagos State is doing well with rail services right now. All over Nigeria, I think when it comes to rail services, Lagos State is number one. So now, what can we do to make sure that the rail services are more effective? That's what I would look into. Then I would make sure that I subsidize the little ones like the bus transportations, making it cheaper. So that would actually take more cars off the road, because all these traffics we have in Lagos and others, and those things are piss off. Like you're talking about tourism and things like that. If I travel from, let's say, America, and I come to Lagos and I see those kind of hefty traffics and everything, I don't want to come back. Spending almost how many hours in traffic and things like that would decongest that. And how can we do that? We make sure that public transportation is more attractive. And we make sure that those personal transportation, those personal means of transportation is less attractive. And how can that be less attractive? We make it more expensive to run them. Like taxes, put adequate tax on them, put adequate insurance on them, and provide a rigorous means of actually achieving to drive on those roads or things like that. So that way, people will go back to the public transport sector, and that will put more monies in the government's pocket. So that's all I'll say.
Thank you. Now, again, to the listeners and viewers all over the world, this is a debate for the governorship election for Lagos State TikTok community. The winner will be recognized as the governor of Lagos State TikTok world. And you listeners will have to vote based on their answers. Now we're moving to lifestyle, the lifestyle section of this debate. Can the question will be taken first by YPP. So YPP, get ready. You'll be the first to answer. Can any of the candidates tell us the 3 critical areas of lifestyle that would improve the life of Lagosians, and how you as a candidate, as a governor, will make sure that the lifestyle of Lagosians are improved? I only need 3 responses, 3 ideas, 3 issues that you recognize, and how you are going to go about it for Lagosians. So YPP, your floor.
You take the next person, please. Let me do something, please. 1 minute.
Okay, then let's go back to Labour Party. Labour Party, your floor.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Anek Chairman. We are all learning. You understand? I really enjoy this place. Okay, straight to the point. Now, as a Lagos State governor, you know mostly that Nigerians are so happy, like they are free-minded people, and it only takes little thing to get them. You understand? For you to improve the lifestyle. Now we are talking improving the lifestyle. We are talking both in area of employment. We are talking both in the area of transportation, and we are also talking in the area of education. You understand? I'm going to explain these three things because these three things really matters. You understand? Now, in terms of let me start with the employment. To increase the lifestyle, I will make sure that we have more investors. We have more investors that are investing in Lagos. We have more companies that are willing to give employment to our citizens. You know, make sure there is a lot of employment. Get employment for people, and once people start working, I'm telling you the truth, stealing, kidnapping will eliminate itself. You understand? We won't have something in our society again. Secondly, the transportation aspect. Now, you know, some people are busy saying Lagos State is busy demolishing people's house. They're doing this, doing that. Some people, I'm an Igbo guy, but I'll tell you the truth. Some people take it up themselves. They say Lagos State is busy demolishing Igbo's property. But this thing I watched. That was on a live or something. I watched the video very closely and saw that this guy is an Igbo guy, and he built his house very close to one pipeline or something like that. Very, very close. You understand? Now, when they demolished the house, he was crying. People in the comment section were like, because they're Igbo. You understand? Let's not go there. What I would do is like somebody said that Moluwa is not in Lagos again, and some people on the comment section argued it. But I would take it the fact, like, let's say Moluwa is not in Lagos State again. What I would do is this: I will bring back those transportation that makes things more easy, and next thing to do is dualize some areas, some road. When you are going, you have been in Lagos, there are some places you will be passing through. You will see that market men are the ones blocking the road. You understand? They put their small this thing, showcase small this thing on the road. You understand? Causing hold up. First of all, I will just give them a place to stay, dualize the road, so that will be free pass. You understand? Thirdly, the education aspect. The education aspect, like, it's not, I will not go into rebuilding new schools. For me, I will not go into rebuilding new schools. What I will do is that those schools that are old, I will renovate them, because in this aspect we have to also put in the economy. We have to also manage. You understand? Because the cost of building a new school and the cost of renovating an old school are not the same.
Labour Party, 30 seconds left.
So, okay, let me round up. So, I will just renovate the older schools, make it a better place, equip the school, bring in new, more qualified teachers to teach the students. Thank you.
Thank you. YPP, are you ready to go now? YPP.
Yes, I'm back now. I'm back.
Okay, the question on the floor.
So please, can you ask me the question again, sir? Sorry.
Yes. In lifestyle, we are talking about lifestyle, and
Okay.
I want you to identify 3 areas of the lifestyle of Lagosians that you think you would improve. You need to identify those areas and tell us how you're going to improve them for Lagosians. Your floor.
Okay. Thank you very much, Chairman. If I'm being given the opportunity to lead the state of Lagos State, I will understand on the part of lifestyle of our people in Lagos. I'm going to be starting from eradicating or stopping the style that of acquisitioning of fake land, like what they call omonile, the way they sell fake lands to people, the way they took people's property, the way they feed in those water side and sell as land. I'm going to put an end to it. Well, because for the sanity and the good society of Lagos. Secondly, I'm going to stop insecurity for international investors. Now, the opportunity for that we have gotten in Lagos State for investors to come into, and they are being harassed or intimidated by the people or our brothers. I think I will do more on that aspect so that we will not have lesser people to come and get invested in Nigeria as Lagos State. Okay, the rate of insecurity, the rate of our youth goes out there to kind of intimidate, kidnap, terrorize our investors that has come from other foreign land to contribute to the economy. I'm going to do more on trying to put an end to it. And the third one is the market space. The way we have so much market in every society, in every community in Lagos, I'm going to build a market, like I'm going to create a space or a land space for market where everybody can have a market environment at a particular date. Not every junction you get to, you meet market, and making movement, making environment not looking okay. So I'm going to work on the environmental aspect of Lagos State. The way we have bad environment, some people live on top of the water. I'm going to make sure we take them out of that place. Get a space, a land space for them. So we create opportunity for both the poor and the rich and the middle class in Lagos State. So I think these are the three aspects I would direct my first actions to when I become your governor. The first one I said, the part of Omonile. I think I will put an end to that. Yes, everyone has the right, okay, to get a property and do what he wants to do with his with his land. Everyone has the right to, investors have the right to come to our country and get the economy being fixed for us, okay? Contribute to the development of the economy of Lagos State. And thirdly is environmental hazard. The way the environment is bad, I will make sure I bring everybody to put everything in their place. Example, marketplace. Example, those living on top of the water, I will eradicate that place. I will give them a space where they can be able to have a building, or will build a building for them. They will have their own house and don't live on the water and get sickness, get diseases that they will become a burden or liability to the state. So these are the three aspects I'm going to work on my first year in office. Thank you.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen of the TikTok community, this is the governorship debate for the award of the Lagos State Governor TikTok community. The winner that you select will be recognized as the governor of Lagos State in this TikTok world. So this is a very serious campaign. I hope you are taking notes, you are listening, and you are deciding who to vote for. Now, the question on the table goes to the APC candidates. And APC candidates, the question to you, sir, is...
I understand the question. Thank you very much, sir.
All right.
And firstly, I would say, defining the question itself, you talked about lifestyle, like how would you change the lifestyle of the people in Lagos State? So first thing I would do as a governor is eradicate begging. I will eradicate begging. I'll pass a law that bans people from begging. Because the rate at which people beg in Lagos State right now, right from the airport, the moment you're landing, you start seeing people telling you, Babami, Ibae, kiniko, and you ask yourself, what are you begging me for? What are you doing? Has that become a job? Has begging now become a job? Because if we look at the definition of lifestyle, it's more like you saying, thinking about Koile. I'll speak Yoruba because Lagos is a multicultural place, and let's not lie, it's mainly dominated by Yoruba people. So I'm speaking this now for the Yoruba ones to understand what I'm saying. So if I'm saying, I have a renewed hope for Lagos and things like that, but I'm not changing the lifestyle of the people living in Lagos itself, then all my efforts will be useless. Because it has gotten to the point where not everybody, sorry for that, some people in Lagos thinks, they can just wake up in the morning and their job is to beg. So now, when you beg, what are you actually contributing back to that person you're begging from? What are you offering that person? Lagos should be a place where we should put ourselves to the task of building Lagos itself. Because Lagos cannot build itself. It's the people in Lagos that will build it. So now, if we keep living the lifestyle of begging, so we're not contributing anything. There's no contribution, there's nothing, you're not working, you're not doing anything. So we're going to mandate it that begging will be prohibited so that people can get jobs. So when people get jobs, they will understand how it is, that's the effectiveness of having those monies with you and how to spend it appropriately. Then you see all those kind of lifestyles, like all those lavish lifestyles, all those inappropriate lifestyles, all those things would end. Because then people would know the real value of the monies they have in their pocket. Like you see people who say there's no money in Lagos, there's no money in Lagos. Go and look at beer parlors every night. Beer parlors, clubs and everything are filled up. Club owners they're raking a lot of money. But the people tomorrow, after they spend that day, after they live that lifestyle that night, the next day, they're the ones that will come on the social media and start shouting, there's no money, there's no money. So yes, we need to talk about the lifestyle. We need to change people's lifestyle in that Lagos itself. So I'm not going to give you 3 points. I'm just going to give just that 1 point. I'm going to eradicate begging. I'm going to ban begging so that people can really know the real worth of what they have in their pockets. That's all. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen of the TikTok community, this is the governorship of Lagos State campaign for the TikTok world. And I beg your indulgence that you should clearly take note. I know some people in government offices are listening to us, and 1 or 2 people may learn something from this debate. So at the end of the day, we have about 8 questions left. And I'm begging my candidates to please summarize your points, 2 minutes each, so that we can get to all 8 questions that are left on my list. At the end of the day, the listeners will get the opportunity to vote by typing yes and the name of your candidate. The 3 candidates are APC, which you can use abbreviation A with your yes or no. Then the other party is YPP, that is the lady. I am Yinka. You can identify that by typing Y and your yes. And the last candidate on the list is Labour Party, which is initial L. You can use the L and the yes for your votes. So now, the next question is on security. On security, candidates or aspirants, could you tell us 2 major security issues in Lagos State that you can identify, and what are your plans to change that narrative about Lagos State with regards to security? The first person that I'll direct this question to would be Labour. Have you gone first since we started?
Yeah, I think I gone first one starting time. But if you want me to go again, there's no problem.
Let's go to the lady. YPP. Identify 2 major security issues in Lagos State and how you plan to stop it or improve it, or change it rather. YPP. Are you here, YPP? Okay, let's go to APC with that question.
Yes, security issue in Lagos State is to be fair. I live in Lagos, so it's not like I'm coming from Anambra or something. You get what I mean? So I don't really see a lot of security issues in Lagos, but there are some, like we could improve on, like the police department. We can actually spend more money, recruit more young and vibrant youths into the police force and, train them adequately for the job. And what I would do to actually improve the security is I'm going to actually have to invite or employ more hands from overseas, because I live overseas. I see the way things are done here, which is different from the way things are done in Lagos. So now for us to be able to emulate the same, I would need them to train the officers. So I would have to, employ foreign hands to train the police, train, all our paramilitary organizations we have, both the local ones and both the main ones, to improve in their services. Like I said, Lagos is not as, security hazardous as every other state in Nigeria. Because the last time I went to Lagos, I can't even believe it that I saw ANPR, that's automatic number plate reader, in Lagos. I was wowed. So Lagos, as it is today, we, the ruling party, were doing well. So what we just need to do is just to, move it to the next level. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Question goes to Labour Party. Labour Party identify two major security issues.
I understand everything you said, sir. Thank you so much.
Hold on. Let me advise you guys. I noticed 2 times APC has deviated from the question, though with reasonable response. I would like you guys to stay on point. Security. Don't talk about anything that does not concern security, because you may be encroaching into other questions that I have. And I wouldn't want to sound rhetoric by asking you the same question when you've kind of sorry, there was an interruption. I wouldn't want to repeat myself because you have
My God.
I'll call you back. I'm on the phone. I'm on the fucking phone. You're calling, you're talking to somebody else. I'm on the phone. I'll call you back. Sorry, guys. So back to
Security issue.
Security. Identify only 2 areas of security concerns in Lagos State and tell us how you would make an improvement. Thank you. Question goes to Labour Party.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. And I also take my fellow governors. Let me just put it that way. Firstly, we all know that something led to something. You understand? Normally, I will say the truth. Security in Lagos is not as poor as other states. I'll tell you that, because right now I'm living in Lagos. So, where I will increase, if you want the security we talk about, there's no big kidnapping, no big gunshot and all that. You understand? So it's still all these little home robberies, all these ones, all these small gang that queue up to do 1 or 2 bullies and steal from someone who is not as sharp as they are. You understand? So what I would do is, since I know it's still all these small lootings and all that, what is based on what I've been witnessing since I came to Lagos. You understand? I haven't had any loud gunshot and all that. So what I will do is, if you reason with me, you will understand that these people had, okay, take for imagination now. Nigerians are hardworking, we all know that. if you can be able to bring these people and give them employment, give them work, they are working, they get busy. Believe me, there will be nothing like all this small looting in Lagos. Giving most of them, if they are, let's say, if there are 100 that are doing this, and you are able to get like 60 or 75% into employment, and they are seeing good money at the end of the month, the remaining 30 will reason to themselves as these people are not with us again, they are all working. Believe me, they will all join them to work. You understand? So the way to solve this is not bringing hard army, hard police on them, because they are also citizens. Why I said I will not bring army or police on them is because there is a way you will treat a child, or there is a way you beat a child. Once a masters him or her, he will do worse than what you ever imagine. You understand? He will do worse than what you imagine, because he's used to your punishment. You say, yes, punishment, yes, I go to prison. You understand? So the best way of solving this problem is employment. Give them eligible employment, pay them good money, and all these things will die. I think that's the best place, that's the best way to solve this. Thank you.
Thank you, Labour Party. YPP, are you with us now? YPP.
I'm here. Okay. Yes, sir. Sorry. I had to attend to important issue in the state. Okay. Sorry. Yes, sir. I'm back.
The issue we are on security, and the question for you is identify 2 major security areas of Lagos State and tell us how you plan to improve it.
Okay. Thank you once more, my honorable chairman and my colleague in struggle. I'm going to be picking in the part of security on cyber security. Yes, the rate of crime, cyber crime in Lagos State is alarming. I'm aware, we are all aware. So I'm going to put my energy more into that part of security. See, we have talented or educated or technologically oriented youth in this country. If I channel the energy on technology, create a conducive environment for this youth or these people that are doing cybercrime in the state of Lagos, bring them into the government, teach them or tell them what to do with that technology, that idea they have, like in the banking sector, put them in charge of some monetary aspects. Let them know the importance of what we want as a country in the next 6 months from this department. We put them in. Put them in the side of security. In the police sector, we go to America, you see that they have an organization owned by the government where they monitor street lights. They monitor who comes into the country, who goes out of the country on a daily basis. When we bring these people into this department, we create an employment for them in that specialty of technology. They will function well and help the country reduce insecurity. They will function well and help the country or the state have more people who are as an easy access in capturing criminals or people who have violated the law of the state. For instance, let me give you an instance of this Mohbad case. If we have a department in this country where there is a forensic, an organization owned by the government, where we have the forensic and this technological guys that does these fraudsters. We have them go into Mohbad house, bring out the CCTV camera, even when it's not being found, look for a top print, work on it, and bring us a video or something that happened, or the street light or something that happened in Mohbad house. I think by now we will be far towards the justice, or even we must have gotten the justice. So I will channel my energy in creating employment for them, not taking them to prison, not killing them, but using their wrong as an advantage to the state and Nigeria at last. Let me go with the second one, which is robbery. The rate of robbery in Lagos State is alarming. It deprives people from community security. The rate in which people get scared for their life because they had a little or they have something for themselves that they worked for is alarming. So robbery, how can I cope robbery? In the first place, well, if their employment, what are the youth doing on the street? I will make sure I take off all the youth, the unemployed youth off the street by creating a conducive environment for them. Those that had got into drugs or whatever, I put them into orientation camp where they will be orientated, they learn handwork, get a job for them, fix them somewhere as a state governor. I will make sure I take every kid, every child out of the street, out of under the bridge. We don't want anyone under the bridge. I'm not going to take you away with force or power. I'm going to employ you to get something doing that will keep you busy from parabolating or doing burglary or doing stealing or robbery on the highway. So these are the two aspects I am going to specialize on or put more attention or give more energy so that Lagos State will be a better state. Thank you.
Thank you, all candidates. We still have a few ways to go. Listeners and viewers all over the world and those restreaming, can all of you please tap and share. We are about to approach some critical issues of Lagos State that I think a lot of people need to learn from. And I have to say, kudos to all three parties. You're all doing good so far, so good. But there will be only one governor elected today. So I need you all to put on your thinking cap, brainstorm, and be in a quiet environment where you can be free to flow. So don't get distracted so you can know how to defeat your opponent. But you're all doing very good at this point. Again, this is the governorship debate for the winner to be elected as the governor of Lagos State TikTok community. This is a new program we just stumbled upon ourselves today, and so far we're enjoying it. So please, everybody, tap and share. The numbers have gone down. I know a lot of people don't like intellectual debates like this. If we were gossiping and bass we would have gone to 500. But let's try and invite people to learn something real. So next question on the floor, ladies and gentlemen, is the issue of drugs, the issue of 419, and the issue of police. I'm bringing all three together because I'm identifying three issues in Lagos State that I want you all to tell us how you would handle the issue of youth being on Colorado and ecstasy. Then the 419 that our boys are into. I just came from Nigeria, and I can tell you from experience that a lot of 21, 22, 15-year-olds are driving Mercedes and Range Rover, and I know that could not come all from honest work. So we're talking three issues. The police also addressing this issue by stop and searching the phone and extorting these young boys, and by extension extorting almost every Nigerian transporter. So I've given you a caseload now: drugs, 419, and police behavior. So I want you to address those three topics. You've got 2 minutes each. Bullet point. Tell us how you will handle it, starting from Lord Ash. Let's go with Lord Ash, APC. APC.
Thank you very much. So let's start with drugs. Like I said earlier, before we started all this, we have an epidemic of drugs abuse in Nigeria as a whole, not just Lagos State, but that of Lagos State is alarming. So we need to, because one thing is this, we as humans ourselves, we need each other for continuity. So now, who are the people who's going to continue after us? They are the kids, the youths. So now, if those youths go on like that, how will they continue tomorrow? Like all these addicts, let me be open. How will do you want an addict to be your governor? No. So we have to rehabilitate them. And if you check the definition of a child, it says, I would say not, my own general definition of a child is our chance in immortality. For us to be immortal, we need children, we need youths, we need them. So we have to rehabilitate them. So if it's to be done by force, it has to be done by force, because an addict doesn't understand that you're helping. So something rigorous has to be done, which is rehabilitating them by all means, because we need them tomorrow. Then as for that of 419, like you used the term 419, what we need to do is to channel that energy back somewhere more productive. What these people don't understand is there are so many things in life now that are even more better than 419. An example is this, cybersecurity itself. There are courses they call cybersecurity, which you can do remotely from home. So all these kids, they have the laptop, they have the brain, they have everything, and they are struggling right now. They are struggling because that's why we have more crimes out there, because this same 419 is not really paying them as much as it used to before, because people are wiser now. But they don't know that there are other things they could channel that laptop to, like going for 6 months cybersecurity course. You can get a job remotely from your bedroom. Even the company that is going to employ you will send you all the gadgets and everything you need to use. And you'll be earning over 60,000 a year. So is that not better than you trying to do whatever 419 you're doing, and in a year you don't even make anything? So all those things are things that we will campaign about, and they will see a success story, and before you know it, they will all engage in it. Then as for the police, what we need to do is still, like I said, we need to bring foreign hands to train them. Because if old hands keep training old people, they're still the same. It's like we're recycling the same thing. So we need, different ideas. And if you look at the foreign world, they are doing well with their police. So why don't you just bring them to train our ones and see if that will work? We're looking for a solution. So that's all I'll say. Thank you.
Thank you, APC candidate. The next person will be Labour Party. Labour Party, person on the floor.
Thank you so much, Mr. Chairman. I really appreciate, and I thank my followers also. So first of all, I will start with the police. Our police are well trained. For me, I will not bring in any foreign body to train our police, because we have people that are qualified in that police sector that can train them, that can make them become better. And I will also find a way. I know it might not be easy based on the present condition of the economy. I will find a way to increase their salaries, because what led to stealing is lack of money. You understand? What led to stealing is lack of money. Let me tell you something. Some of them, so like there was a policeman I knew one time ago. He has 4 family and he has about 5 children. You understand? Now this guy's salary is only 60K, and sometimes at the end of the month he doesn't get that common 60K. You understand? I will increase their salary and make sure that each and every one of them get their salary paid every month. That's what I'm going to do in the police aspect in terms of harassing people and all that. You understand? So talking about the scam, likewise what Ashlo said, taking them out of that and teaching them the better way. Seriously, I would say I agreed with him on that, but not fully, because some of these people, even if when you take them out from there, Some of them, the stealing has gotten to their brain. You understand that they can't stop. No matter how hard the thing is, if you tell them come out, there is a better way to do this, they will tell you no, that this is the only better way. So what I will do is, for me, if I caught you doing scam, if you are caught doing scam, you go to prison, you go and serve. Simple. After serving, you come out, you get a job. The state will offer you a good job that will pay you handsomely. You understand? That's what I'll do in the aspect. In the aspect of drugs, which is very, very important in every state, not only Lagos, every state in Nigeria. The kind of drugs that are coming out every day is alarming, like seriously. Now, what I will do in the aspect of drugs is, if you are caught taking any drugs, seriously, you go to prison. Going to prison is not like just go there, you just sit one place and you are serving your sentence. No. Gather them, put them one place, educate them, make them understand that this is not the way they should go. Make them understand that they are just killing themselves. Remind them that they have kidneys. Remind them that their hearts can fail because of all these things they are taking. You understand? Sometimes you don't use rod on youth or kids. Sometimes there is a word that is more harsh, that is even more stronger than the iron. You understand? So all I will do is gather them, set up a committee that will teach them, that will lecture them, and help them find out that they are just killing themselves. You know, because in my Igbo language they say that odomando dronwea kama. So that's it. Thank you.
Thank you. I believe all three candidates have answered the issue of drugs, police, and 419. YPP, have you responded to that question?
No.
Okay, it's your floor. I'll repeat the question. Drugs in Lagos State. 419. Youths are driving Range Rovers, 25-year-old, 22-year-old. Some of them bragging that 419 pays, and they use slogans like Mugu, Maga, you know. And also the police is known to be stopping people, stop and search. These youths, even with their laptop and phones being searched by the police. These areas, as the governor of Lagos State, what is your opinion and how would you handle this situation?
Thank you very much. Let me start with that aspect of the drug. You know, this is Africa, and in Africa, Nigeria happens to be the third country where drug abuse or use of drugs is quite alarming. Let me talk about my state, Lagos State, Nigeria. If you elect me as your governor, I'm going to join the fight for the stop of drug abuse. See, when a country, how am I going to do this? Let me start from there. Is number one, the smuggling of drugs or these toxic drugs, I will put an end to it. Now, when you create an environment for your youth or your people to be, see, when your youth is busy, they will not have time for drugs. Let me just say this. They will not remember they have not taken their drugs except the addict. And the addict can be cope. You understand? First of all, I will make sure I create employment to keep every graduate. Go to the street of Lagos today. I have done my survey. I get to understand that a lot of these people you see roaming on the street of Lagos, sleeping under the bridge, using drugs, abusing drugs. They abuse drugs mostly because of the kind of society they grew up. Mostly lack of employment leads them to the street, peer groups. So when you have a community where there are so much youth without nothing, doing nothing, they tend to adopt into a new or bad character, which is drugs. You understand? So when I create employment for youth to get busy, even when they go into drugs, realizing that when they get too high with this drug, it's going to affect their job. Trust me, they will reduce or try to work on themselves to stop it. And those that have become addicts, I will make sure I take them into a rehabilitation center where they will be rehabilitated, coped, and immediately they're out, get them something to do. So it has to do with employment. Keep them busy. Keep them busy. Knowing fully well that when they do this thing again, that same habit that lead them to this center, they will end up again in that same center. So they wouldn't want to go into it. That of the drug source, I have talked about it. The smuggling in of those toxic or hard drugs, I will put an end to it. So let's go to the next one, which is 419. 419 is in different dimension. We have the Yahoo boys, we have the picking pocket, we have the fake people that mimic other people's nature, pretends to be who they are not. They are all 419. Do you get? Now, these are the kind of people that we see as 419s. There are different kind of 419s. Now, how can I stop 419? Number one, these are people with highly intelligent mind, quotient. For somebody to come and talk you into doing something you don't even know when you do it, is called 419. This kind of people, they are doing this job because it still go back to one same thing, lack of employment. When they have a community or society where there are jobs for graduate or employed youth, I believe it will reduce the level of 419 in the society. So it all goes back to lack of employment, societal upbringing.
Thank you.
So I'm going to pressure every 419 in the society. I bring them into the system. They inculcate what they should channel that their wisdom.
Your time is up. Thank you, madam.
I still have one more to go now. Okay, sir.
Okay, I'll give you the grace of 1 minute. Oh, yeah.
Okay, thank you. So that is for 419. Now let me go into the police. Policing. We have the best policing in Nigeria. And I keep on saying this thing. When your goat is missing, hand over the remaining goat to the policeman. That goat will remain safe. The remaining goat will not miss again. Nigeria have the best policing system. But the level in which those people suffer for economic encouragement. Now, if you make me your governor, I promise you, I'm going to increase the income or the payment of every sector, not just the police. We have the doctoring sector, we have the policing sector, we have the engineering sector. I will increase every sector. I will by double or 3 times their regular pay. And the policing system will be encouraged for a better job for the nation.
Thank you.
Let me rest here. Thank you, my fellow Nigerians. Thank you, my honorable chairman, for giving me the opportunity to be here and to express my manifesto.
We have about 3 questions left for you guys. Everybody, please try to summarize. Let's go straight to the issue of lifestyle, bringing us back to promiscuity. Before I raise the question, can everybody please tap and share? Everybody, please share and tap. Let's get some people educated. And you never know where this might take us, because we're dealing with Lagos State issues. Now, because we're dealing with Lagos State issues, the next question comes home to all of us. The issue of DNA. As a governor of Lagos State, this has never been done in any state or practically almost anywhere in the world. would you advocate for a bill to approve DNA for every child born before issuing a birth certificate? Again, this is not known to exist in any part of the world. As the governor-elect for Lagos State, TikTok community, would you approve a bill for DNA certificate at birth of every child before a birth certificate? And you need to support your position with 1 minute response. So that question will start from Labour Party, Kelechi.
Okay, thank you so much, sir. Thank you. You know,
I'm sorry, Mr. Akelechi, 1 minute, Mr. Chairman. I came in late. I've been here before, sir, but my network wasn't good then, so I had to find a better network. But I'm here now, the independent candidate, if I may be included in this.
Mr. Independent Candidate, I saw your request to come in. I'm not the moderator, so I couldn't bring you up. But since they brought you up, I will permit you to join. But remember, this has gone for over 1 hour. So if those that are following, you have to do extensively a great job if you want to win, because those following are writing down and making points, and you've already lost. I would prefer you join another section, but since you insist, you
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. It is not by winning anyways. It is just by putting the ideas out there who can use it. And at the end of the day, we all want a better Nigeria. It's no problem. I would wait here. So if any of the discussion go around.
Question last. Since you just came in. So, Mr. Labour Party, would you support a bill for DNA at birth, and why?
okay, thank you very much. You know, to me, I will support it, but I will not make it must. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. I will support it, but I will not pass it into the bill. I will not make it must, because it's a thing of joy. I mean, it's a thing of choice. Sorry, it's a thing of choice between the man and the woman. It's their choice. I will not make it under must. You understand? If you wish to do it, fine and good, you do it. Because I know some people will say make it must, so make it must. So from there we can know how many we are in the states. From there we can know how many we are in the entire country. But why I will not make it must? I know it's very important to make it must, at least to know where someone comes from, and to know the biological father or the biological parents of that person. That's the reason some people might give. But for me, why I will not make it must is because it's a thing of choice. You understand? I will not pass it to the bill, say it must be this, it must be. I will not make it, because if you do, it will not only lead to a lot of destruction, it will not only lead to a lot of argument, and it will destroy so many families. You understand? Let's say for instance, now you stay with a lady for over 4 or 5 years, and finally God gave you guys a child. You went for the DNA test because it's under must, it's under government rules. And when you go there, you check it and you find out that this is not my child. Though. With anger issue, with anything, the woman, or I mean the man, might even be pushed to kill the lady. You understand? But when you don't make it must, now, even if they later find out, they will know how to settle it. Maybe by that time the child will come up, maybe it's taking care of both of them, and they later find out that this is not our child, but since he's bringing something and he's taking care of them, there's no need of throwing him or her out. You understand? So that's the reason why I won't make it must, because it will bring a lot of violence. Thank you.
Thank you. Same question. Next candidate, Lord Ash. Do you support a bill for compulsory DNA test If you do, give reasons. If you don't, give reasons. APC candidate, Lord Ash, your floor, 2 minutes.
Yeah, I wouldn't pass a bill like that as a governor of Lagos State, because that would be infringing on people's human rights. And if I'm to say more on that, I don't think there's a lot to say. It's just human rights. It should be something that it should be your decision. If we have so many things like sperm donors and things like that though you don't even know the biological source of it. If you went to a sperm bank now to get sperm for insemination and things like that, sometimes they even restrict you from knowing the biological source of the specimen you're taking or whatever you're taking. So I wouldn't do that. So that's all I'll say on that.
Thank you for being brief and direct. To YPP, would you support a bill for DNA at birth?
Yeah, good morning, good afternoon. Thank you once more. I'm going to be supporting the bill for DNA for every child at birth. Why? Because the law of the country gives the female gender more opportunity or more advantage towards than that spouse of that is the male than the male spouse. So now, for a fair and better society, not tampering with anyone's human right, giving everybody the opportunity to know who is and how or what who is my father or my mother. It is a very big opportunity. So I always said yes. Such bill, if you give me the mandate to be your governor, I will surely pass a bill for every child that is to be born to be done DNA to know who the father or the dad is. Because when it becomes problem in the future, the male spouse feel cheat. Sometimes when they can't hold their emotions, they go extra miles by taking their self's lives or the lives of the woman, or even taking the life of the child. Sometimes, in some cases, we've heard about. So, to prevent or avoid this kind of future disaster in the life of an innocent child, hi, your governor, I will pass the bill for DNA for every born child. Thank you.
Thank you to all candidates for being brief and concise. I'm very happy the way you're handling your responses. Now, about 2 more questions left. On the issue of health, as a governor of Lagos State, identify the problem areas that citizens are facing in the area of healthcare. Tell us 2 areas that you know that weighs down on you and how you would help the citizens to overcome this problem in Lagos State. I yield the floor to Lord Haship, APC candidate.
So on the health sector, what I would do as a governor is I would I'll create more opportunities for research, so we can actually use more of what we have locally to just bring out what we have locally to the world. Because I'm trying to talk about like our local medicines. We have so many local herbalists and things like that that are not known to the world. And most of all these things are what the Western world uses to create their medicines. So we need to start encouraging our local herbalists and things like that so that they can be known to the world as well too. And that way people can actually know too that, those things are available to them. Because you see someone who, personally, I would say, I prefer local medicines than even this orthodox medicines. So I will encourage more of local medicines and create more research institutions where people can do more research, and I'll make it more enticing by making the pay, flamboyant. That's all I'll say on that. Am I still there?
We are just waiting for the chairman. I don't know.
Yes, sorry, I muted myself. I forgot that I was muted, but I heard Lord Ash. Thank you for your submission and thanks for being precise. The question now goes to the independent party, Dre. Can you tell us, as governor-elect of Lagos State, what you would do?
Chairman. I would like to be precise, or I would like you to be precise on that question about the whole topic, the whole problems, how I'm going to solve it, or about this particular
Let me give you the right question. The question on the
sector in Lagos State. Which one, sir?
In Lagos State, as governor-elect, I want you to point out two major issues that citizens of Lagos State are facing in the area of healthcare, and how would you help the citizens to overcome that problem? Think hospital, think healthcare. What would you do? What are the two problems that you know, and how would you solve those problems?
Thank you. This will be a little personal because I think I understand what is going on in the health sector a little bit. So I will not just be talking about what I don't know here. You see, the health sector of Lagos State, we need to revamp what is on ground. We need to fortify what is on ground. It is not that it is not enough, or I can assure you that in Lagos State, there is still a kind of, or two clinics in a particular local government, a general hospital in each local government. Now, let's say there was 20. So we just need to put them in the right position and expand them to an extent to which our people can come there and get what they need as and when they need it. We also need to recruit. That is the truth. But this recruitment process, we understand that it would put some kind of burden on the government, because we have not even been able to conclude what we will pay, at least to each staff of the local of the state. And now we'll be talking about recruiting, but we still need to recruit. Now, how are we going to achieve this? As the governor of Lagos State, I will propose to the lawmakers, and I will propose to the public through public opinions like this, that do you think we should put aside a time like Saturdays, Sundays, and every day of the week? We understand that some of these people go to work 3 times in a week, those that are in the system already. But how do we want to curb this? Now, Saturdays and Sundays are involved now, but this is a money being paid to you. So if you have, probably you're working with the private sector, but you have free Saturdays and Sundays, and we know your certificate, we have you in the system, we can give you a job. Come and do part-time. We will pay you. It will even curb when other people are, they want to have an industrial action now. That means that the people should die. No, we still have people we can bring in that would not, of course, if we are doing let me put it, that you are doing part-time with the government. I don't expect you to join any labor union. And even if you join the labor union, you still have a way to come back, make your money. At the end of the day, we are appeasing the public. People are there. Anytime you have medical emergency, people are there to respond. We understand that we will pay a little bit we will go out of our way, but it is very important that our people get what they need. We don't need people to just be dying, so we are going extra miles. Lawmakers, help me. The public, help me. Do you think it's a good opinion? I will get their opinion as a silent listener. Then we can put it into place. I think I have mentioned 2, and not to waste a lot of time. I'll drop at this point.
Thank you, Mr. Independent Party. For those listening and taking notes, You can recognize independent as I in your voting. For each candidate, we have APC with the initial A. So you type a yes, A. And for YPP, you will type Y with a yes. And for Labour, you would type L for Labour with a yes. And for independent, I with a yes. That's how we do the voting system. And we will try to count and get a winner in the next 10 minutes. So right now, I think the next question is on
I
the...
haven't spoken.
Oh, sorry, my dear. Sorry.
Now, wow. Ọlọ́run ní gbàgbé yín o.
I wanted to do Ojoro like Mohammed. Sorry.
Ọlọ́run ní
No,
gbàgbé
you
yín o.
better don't do Ojoro because we still have a lot to say. I'm not speaking yet.
Oh, you never talk on you haven't talked on this healthcare.
This
Yes.
health issue.
Okay, sorry. All right. So let me yield to YPP. YPP, you see, that's how Mahmoud did the Ojoro now. He forgot some things. So, YPP, your floor. Recognize 2 healthcare issues in Lagos State and how you plan to solve it. Your floor.
Thank you, everyone. I'm going to start with my first statement, which is increment in healthcare sector. You see plenty of, go to my airport today, Lagos State Airport today, the amount of healthcare worker, doctors you see leaving the country is alarming. Well, because the work shift they do to keep our citizens, our people healthy and strong is more than the money or the pay or the salary they got at the end of the month. So for the first one, I'm going to increase in 3 to 4 times the amount being paid to every healthcare worker. Secondly, I will identify myself with the environment. Hospitals, truly there are hospitals being built by the government, but do they have adequate equipment? Do they have surgical equipment? Do they have the machines? If you realize, my fellow comrade, my fellow brothers, many of us, when we have issues in our family, we fly our family members abroad. Why? Because we believe Lagos State does not have the equipment that can take care of our loved ones. So I'm going to put an end to anyone traveling abroad for healthcare treatment, and I will make availability of every equipment that every hospital need, or everything that needs to be put on ground for health-wise, or for Nigerians or Lagosians to have a good health. I will make sure every government or affiliated hospitals, like private hospitals, get every equipment needed to take care of our citizen or as our Lagosians, so that we can encourage economic growth through healthcare. So these are the 2 aspects I'm going to work on. I said the first one, I said I'm going to make sure I increase the salary of the workers, health workers. Good. Secondly, I'm going to make every equipment available for them to work with. At the same time, I will stop the traveling of our people to other countries for healthcare services, which I'm using it to encourage economic growth in my country and in my state, Nigeria, Lagos. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. That question goes also to Labour Party. Identify 2 areas, issues of healthcare in Lagos State, and how would you deal with it? Your floor, sir. Labour
Thank
Party.
you. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you. For me, first of all, if you look around this thing now, if you look around Lagos, you understand, you will find out that some places, some hospitals are just there. Some hospitals have been, should I say, some hospitals have been just there condemned or something like that. Now, what I will do as a governor is, this is the only place I can bring in foreign body. You know, since I'm talking about London, I'll bring in foreign bodies to teach our people, to teach our doctors and nurses how to attend to patients and how to deal with patients, you understand, and how to approach them. Because if you go to some hospitals now, nurses don't know how to approach their patients. And I will also make it I also put up a kind of competition, you understand. But first of all, I will increase their salary, quite all right, and I'll put a kind of competition between all of them. Because why I will do so is, when you are not serious with your work, and if you are not serious, you'll be like, if you are not getting serious, you'll be looking at the next person who is about to take your position. Like, I will bring in people that will be extra people in the hospital. You understand? And I will dualize many hospitals. I will make so many hospitals in a bigger form. Because if you go to some government hospital where you take your person there, they say, this hospital is filled, or I take it to the other place. Before you could take the person from there to the other place, the person might die. You understand? And you don't blame the doctors, you don't blame the nurses, because it's not their fault. So the second thing I will do is build more hospitals, employ more doctors and nurses. You understand? That's what I will do on my own aspects.
Thank you.
And also, I will bring in more ambulance. Very important, because sometimes somewhere there will be accident before they could get ambulance or get any this thing that will take the person to the hospital. The person might die. You understand? So I will also bring more in ambulance. Thank you.
Thank you. For those who are just joining us, I see some comment section wondering why we are discussing Lagos State. This is a mock election. The candidates are APC, Youth, what's the YPG? There is also Labour Party and Independent Party. They are all vying for the position of governor for Lagos State TikTok community. We will be selecting a winner that will be recognized as the governor of Lagos State TikTok community, because we are in a virtual world. TikTok is a community of its own, and we are doing a mock election, by extension educating people on what's going on in Lagos State and the changes that are needed. So don't blame us if we're not talking about Benin or Edo State or Anambra or any other states. The same thing applies to all states. So the lesson you learn from this election can also be implemented in other states. All right. So now, two more questions, gentlemen and ladies, and we'll go to the election voting process. Let's look at the possibility of free electricity in Lagos State. People pay for electricity and they don't get electricity. And when you complain, they cut your wires in Lagos State. As a governor of Lagos State, identify the pain of the citizens and how would you resolve that problem with an idea or mindset of providing free electricity to all Lagosians. This is a big task, and I need to hear the best idea that can make this imagination a reality. The first person to go, I would yield the floor to our new member, Independent. Mr. Independent, Drea, can you tell us the possibility of free electricity in Lagos State and identify the pains, the issues of Lagos State electricity? You got 2 minutes. Your floor.
Thank you. The INEC chairman, all the other candidates, all protocols duly and very appropriately observed. At this point, we have to call ourselves and ask ourselves the real truth, that Can we get free electricity? Yes, if you ask me. But I have to put this out there as a caveat that it's not as if I'm proposing this. This is just a thought. But I must tell you that to have free electricity in Lagos State and in, let's say, Nigeria at large, don't we need a nuclear reactor ourselves? So I'll just leave that way. But going to the main question, we can't get there. We can't get that. And I'm a practical governor. If you elect me, I will be a practical governor. We need to site mini stations around the auspices of Lagos State, around the vicinity of Lagos State. How do I mean? We have large water bodies in Lagos State. The Ajeromi one. We can even use many other things to get electricity. But we need to have this consciousness that, can we really get all this done in 4 years? Then we need to look at the short project. Like, we still need to make an impact and give it to the next government to understand that they need to finish this. I'm not saying we can get that free electricity in Lagos State in the next 4 years if you elect me. But I'll make a proposal to have a big power plant of itself, of its kind, in the 5th largest economy of Africa, the biggest economy in Nigeria. We can get free electricity if we start the process now. And we have concrete plans on ground. The concrete plans are to build massive electricity sites, like generating sites, through every means we have, through the professionals. Let them tell us, how can we do it? The large vision is here, that we need constant and free electricity in Lagos State. How can we get it? Yes, we can get it. I'll submit at this point. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Independent Dre. Appreciate being precise. Dre Wealth. That question now goes to Lord Hash. As governor of Lagos State, APC candidate, do you see a vision of free electricity, and how would you provide that, along with recognizing the current hardship, identify the hardship on Lagosians through electricity? Your floor, sir. 2 minutes.
Mr. Chairman, my fellow aspirant, and my amiable people of Lagos State, we all know that one of the most pressing issues facing our state today is the state of our electricity infrastructure. And reliable and affordable electricity is the backbone of economic development. Let's not lie to ourselves. Likewise, education, healthcare, and overall quality of life. Yet, too many of our communities face frequent power outage, high energy costs, and inadequate access to modern energy solutions. So, as your governor, I will prioritize the transformation of our electricity sector to meet the demands of our 21st century. Don't forget that we are in a new. The world is changing fast. So here are my plans, okay? Number 1, I will invest in renewable energy. We would invest in renewable energy sources such as solar, wind, hydroelectricity power. This not only reduces our carbon footprint, but also creates sustainable jobs and ensures energy security for future generations. If you notice, I always talk about our future generations. Then 2, modernizing what we have already. That's our grid. Our outdated grid infrastructure needs a comprehensive upgrade. We will implement smart grid technologies that improve efficiency, reduces outage, and integrates renewable energy more effectively. Then 3, talk about the pricing. That's the cost of energy itself, the electricity itself. By increasing competition and supporting local energy production, we can drive down that's the cost for the consumers. Every family deserves affordable electricity without compromising on quality. Don't forget on quality, because all these things cost a lot of money. Then 4, expanding access. Rural and underserved communities will be a priority. There are some places in Lagos State that don't have electricity. You won't believe it. That they don't even have the infrastructures. We will ensure that every corner of our state has access to reliable electricity, supporting economy. Number 5, energy efficiency programs. We will introduce incentives for business owners, homeowners to adopt energy efficient practices and technologies. This will reduce demands, lower bills, and contribute to a more sustainable environment. It's like an example when there was this minister of power or whoever who said, "Oh, the way people use electricity, talking about their deep freezers and things like that." Honestly, if you go to Western world, you would understand all these things he was saying. Electricity is not just about power; it's about empowerment. It fuels our homes, our schools, our hospitals, our businesses. So by tackling the challenges head-on and embracing innovative solutions, we can ensure a brighter and more prosperous future for all. So what I would want is join me in this mission to electrify our state's future. Together we can build a robust, reliable, renewable energy system that powers our progress and lights the way to better tomorrow. Thank you, and I hope you vote for me. That's it.
APC, thank you, Mr. APC candidate. The same question goes to YPG. Identify the hardship of electricity on Lagosians and indicate to us how you plan to solve this problem. YPG.
Thank you, Mr. INEC Chairman, my fellow panelists, all protocol duly observed. I will start from here. I understand as a Lagosian, I have been on the street of Lagos, and I tend to understand the pain of people in this state when it comes to electricity. Nigeria as a country, we even supply other country electricity, which said, we have a parable in Yoruba that said, when you have enough, that's when you remember to give somebody, right? We give others country around Africa electricity, but we don't have electricity, and we suffer even with our money, we suffer for electricity. You see, as I'm going to start from here, Lagos State deserve a free electricity in the state. One, that is why I stand against privatization in electricity or in every sector in Nigeria. Why? The government can actually pass a bill for every household in Nigeria to have free and fair 24 hours electricity. Even if there is a tariff or there will be a tax for it, it will not be up to what people are passing through in the eyes of the private marketers of electricity. Let me give you an example. When you make me your governor, I promise you, Lagosians, I am going to make sure 24 hours light is in Lagos. Even if the sector or the Department of Electricity said they want a tax for you to know the value or to appropriately manage your light, please, it will not be up to anything compared to the suffering we are suffering right now with our money and without our money in electricity as a problem. So I promise to make sure we have free light in Lagos State. Both the middle class, the average class, the rich class, everyone will enjoy free electricity if you make me your governor in the state. Please follow Uno Road, Lagosians. I promise to be a better youth and a better Nigerian to solve the problem we are facing in Lagos State. Thank you, everybody. I rest here.
Thank you very much. Labour Party, have you answered this question?
No, I'm waiting to answer the question. Let's just say the truth. You understand? There's nowhere in the world electricity is free. Let's get that in mind first. Now, for me, I work in the aspect of making sure that every part of Lagos has light, and at least I might not promise you 24 hours because we are not God, we don't know what will happen, but at least I'll promise you 20 hours steady supply. You understand? Now, how am I going to achieve that? You know that the NEPA we are talking about is in the hand of a private person. Someone is running it. What I will do for myself as a governor of Lagos State is I'll meet the ministers in charge of the power sector. I'll say, okay, fine. Can you send me the power sector, the one that belongs to Lagos? Can you sell it to me that I want to run it myself? You understand? Because it will not be easy for you to tell those people what to do. But when I buy it for myself, I can control it. You understand? I can put people there and say, okay, this is our own. We need 24 hours light, or we need 20 hours light, 20 hours power supply. You understand? So what I will do is I'll buy my own share out of that Nigerian NEPA. If it's possible, that's what I'm saying. I'll buy my own share and set up a committee that will take care of it. And then I can reduce the NEPA bills. I can reduce it. Even if I increase the NEPA bill, as far as Nigerians are seeing light, they will pay whatever it costs. But for me to make a better government, I will reduce it. You understand? So that is the way I think I can make things possible. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Labour Party, Kelechi. Independent, have you answered this question already?
To answer that question, thank you.
You have answered it. Yeah, you were the first one, I suppose.
I've answered, Mr. Chairman. I was the first person to answer the question.
Thank you. Now, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the entire listeners and viewers, this election is a reflection of what's going on in Nigeria. And we took Lagos State as a case in point because what happens in Lagos affects all of Nigeria. So for those of you who are wondering why Lagos State is a poster boy of Nigeria. If we can make these changes in Lagos State, I'm sure other states will follow. Now, we have come to my last question on this topic, which I'll ask all candidates. While they are answering these questions, I implore you, listeners and viewers, wherever you are, to bring up your question and identify who you want to answer it. So you are free to type a question and direct it to a particular candidate. I will take only 4 questions and then we'll go to the voting process. So I'm waiting for the floor to begin. I will just randomly pick a question. So if I don't pick your question, don't get offended. I will pick your question and I'll direct it to the person that you have identified, that is to the party. We have APC, Lord Hash. We have YPG, I am Yinka. We have Dre Wealth for Independent. And we have Kelechi for the Labour Party. I hope you're all learning from this. We have tried to expose some of the issues of Lagos State, and we have actually received ordinary people's opinion, and the ordinary people are the ones who the government serves. So I hope the government or any rep that is listening is able to learn from this. So while I ask the last question for today, prepare your question while they are answering. You can